with us this afternoon, former Governor James McGreevey. I, Robert P. Marasco, City Clerk of the City of Newark, County of Essex, New Jersey, do hereby certify that at a municipal election for mayor and 9 council members was held in the City of Newark on May 13, 2014. As a result of that election, voters of the City of Newark elected the Honorable Ras J. Baraka Mayor, the Honorable Augusto Amador Council Member from the East Ward, the Honorable John Sharp James, Council Member from the South Ward, the Honorable Onimos Ramos Jr., Councilman from the North Ward, and the Honorable Mildred C. Crump, Carlos M. Gonzalez, Eddie Osborne, and Luis A. Quintana, Council Members at Large. I do hereby further certify that at a runoff election to fill the offices of Council Member from the West and Central Wards was held on June 10, 2014 in the City of Newark. At that election, voters of the City of Newark elected the Honorable Gail Cheneyfield Jenkins, Council Member from the Central Ward, and the Honorable Joseph A. McCallum Jr., Council Member from the West Ward. I therefore, in accordance with state statutes, declare the Honorable Ras J. Baraka elected Mayor of the City of Newark. I do further declare the Honorable Augustus Amador, Mildred Street Crump, Carlos M. Gonzalez, John Sharp James, Gail Cheneyfield Jenkins, Joseph A. McCallum Jr., Eddie Osborne, Luis A. Quintana, and Aníbal Ramos Jr. elected as council members of the Newark Municipal Council. Thank you, Mr. Stephen Fang, who was playing for us earlier from the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the Honorable Richard J. Toding, former governor of the state of New Jersey, who will administer the oath of office to Mayor Ras J. Baraka. Governor Toding. With an introduction from the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra.
Assistant Principal Cello for the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Mayor's Day, but it means this is your day. Now, let me just first say to the Mayor, from my heart, thank you for this incredible honor to swear you in as the Mayor of Newark. Thank you ever so much, Mayor. Mayor, if you would come forward along with your family. Turn around to them. Don't worry about smiling. We're all smiling today. All right. I,
Ras Baraka,
do solemnly swear
that
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of Mayor
of the office of Mayor
of the City of Newark,
of the City of Newark. But before I begin, I'd like to say to all of those who are recognizing the Islamic holy month, Ramadan Mubarak. We also had a competition for youth mayor, so I know I'm stealing a little bit of the program, but that's my prerogative today. We sent out applications at a very short notice, and 26 young people in this city responded. And we narrowed the 26 responses from essays to videos to applications to interviews to speeches down to 8. And from the 8, we narrowed it down to 2. And from the 2, we narrowed it down to 1. First, I just want us to give all of these young people that made it to the end a round of applause. They worked very hard. They live and attend school in the city of Newark. They endured our interviews for a very long time. And all of them did an incredible job, and it was very difficult to choose. And we argued over the night to decide who was going to get this. And everybody that's here will be a part of what we're calling our youth council. So all of them will be working on behalf of young people and all of us in the city. But only one can be the mayor. And so we, our committee, decided to make sure that the mayor, the youth mayor of 2014 would be Miss Young Lucy Lopez. She, in her words, she said, "I know it will take time, but I know that starting small can soon gradually lead to many great things. Let me help and improve the future leaders of Newark, the young people." She is a sophomore at Essex County College, and has a 3.0 GPA. We want to say thank you to all of these young people, and more importantly, thank you to the parents that allowed these young people to participate in this competition. And next year, we'll get many, many more young people. God bless all of you. Thank God for your interest in this, and we look forward to working with you, Lucy Lopez. I know you're hot, you don't have to stand there the whole time. To the distinguished guests we have here today, to the Honorable Senator, my governor, Richard Cody. To the Honorable United States Senator Cory Booker. To Congressman Payne, who's here. To former Mayor Sharp James. Former Mayor Ken Gibson. To my friend, Mayor of Jersey City, Stephen Fulop. And I am honored to have former Mayor David Dinkins of New York City on stage with us today. And my confidant, Senator Ron Rice Sr. To my family that are here today, to esteemed council, congratulations to all of you. And more importantly, to all of you here, the new mayors of the city of Newark. I'd like to first give a few thank yous. Thank you to the 263 members of the transition team that have volunteered their time to make sure that Newark moves forward in the future. I'd like to thank especially our Mayor, Kenneth Allen Gibson, and Al Coppy that served honorably with us to make sure we got it to this point and move forward in the first 100 days. I'd like to thank Prudential, Verizon, Panasonic, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, PSE&G, and Audible.com for giving Newark loaned executives that will help us around finance, that will help us around operations, that will help us around fleet management, that will help us around budget, that have become a partner to the city of Newark. We say thank you. We say thank you. We say thank you. And for recognizing that we're all in this together. To the incredible people of the city of Newark, the great and international city of Newark, this is most certainly a day that the Lord has made. We have come a very, very long way down a very contentious and tumultuous road. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Today, I am humbled by the idea that 39 other people occupied this space that I am in today, and even more so, almost 5 decades ago, Kenneth Allen Gibson, along with the Community's Choice team, stood outside of City Hall facing some of the same challenges I face today, but inspiring hope in thousands across the city and millions more around the world. But by the grace of God, I have been chosen to lead the city of my birth. And I am appreciative that so many of you went to the polls and granted us victory despite impossible odds. That you believed when everything else said the contrary. That you gave this boy from Newark, from Clinton Avenue, a chance to fulfill not just his dreams, but the dreams of so many others. And I know you didn't do that just for me. We are here because we believe in Newark. Because we believed in hope and not fear. Because we believed in unity over division. because we believed Newark belonged to all of us, not just a few of us. Because we were not content with the city the way it is. That we believed in the philosophy of we are all in this together, not just every man for himself. We believe that no matter how difficult things get or how dark the skies may grow, that we have the power to change our future, that something better awaits us. And just as we are sure that the sun will shine in the morning, we believed our city could change, it would change, and this day begins that change. We knew that people did not have to live in misery and despair. That on today, this day in July, we hold our destiny in our own hands. We believed that this time would be different. But I am also mindful of the gravity of the difficulties that we face ahead. We have a budget crisis that gets larger as the cost of living increases and our revenues remain flat. Our children have chosen violence as language. Have turned their back on their own imaginations and have committed themselves to death instead of life. We have a bitter struggle over our schools and a battle over who should lead them. Where some have chosen dogma over families, expediency over democracy, and even real estate over education. We have an unemployment rate that is twice that of the state and national average, and so many of our children with no fault of their own are born into deep systemic poverty. Our city, for some, is moving in two different directions. For some, its future seems promising with development and growth, and for others, it is wrought with uncertainty and pain. As people are being forced to leave as taxes increase and services diminish, and some are afraid to even patronize their corner stores, or worse, are still mourning the deaths of their loved ones from senseless violence. But Newarkers, I say to all of us assembled here today, that years from now, when we look back on this day, let us say that this was the day that we all decided to fight back. Let us say that this was the day that we did it together, that we sacrificed our right now for a better tomorrow, that we all took the oath of office together to agree to move our city together as a collective force. We have to understand that it doesn't matter if you take the bus to work or if you are shuttled there by your company, your stake is still the same. That you are no more entitled if you are an elected official than a single mother that is struggling to raise her children on minimum wage. We have to be clear that our children's education matters at Newark Collegiate High just as much as it matters at Malcolm X Shabazz High. We have to become disciplined enough to know that the economic growth of our city, jobs for Newarkers and salaries that pay living wages are not just beneficial to graduating seniors or struggling families, but also for those that sit on boards of major companies. Prosperity smiles at all of us. We have to be sophisticated enough to know that we have to prepare a future, not just for those that are coming home from college, but also those that are coming home from war and incarceration. The same way we are willing to get together to fight crime, or the fact that we all agree to despise crime, violence, and senseless murder, we have to equally detest poverty and unemployment. How can we pledge to work against the fruit of the tree, but not the tree itself that keeps producing the same fruits? All of us, every single one of us, from the owners of multinational corporations to the small mom and pop stores, from single mothers to married couples, we all collectively hate the 111 murders that this city saw last year, but we all have to hate poverty the same way, hopelessness and cynicism the same way, unemployment and illiteracy the same way, disease and poor health the same way. Then and only then we begin to see incredible and miraculous change. We argue in the halls of the legislature about the $20,000 or less that we spend on each child's education in this city, but we barely have the courage to muster a word about the $40,000 or more we spend on these same children's incarceration. When we know that the research tells us that almost 96% of them are coming home one day. We are willing to invest in their failure, but not their success. We know that the overwhelming majority of them will see these streets again, but we do not have a place for them when they return. And worse, we haven't found the courage to keep them out of there altogether. We must work to empower people, not use our power against them. We must use our leadership not to hide things from people, but to involve them in every step. We must choose not to use our seats as opportunities to enrich ourselves, but as opportunities to make our city rich. We must choose not to invest in buildings, but in people. It's not just the right thing to do, it's the economically sound thing to do. Investing in people and their growth, in strong families and strong neighborhoods, investing in new ideas and technology and job growth helps the economy. It creates a smarter workforce, new jobs and new wealth. When you do not invest just in big projects but in small business, you ensure more local hires, more stability, and you inspire hope. When you build up the people, they in turn will build up the city. But when you isolate people and cover their mouths, you get natural and inevitable resistance. The problem is, you have to believe in the people of our city. No matter what language they speak, what block they live on, no matter when they became citizens or if they're even citizens at all, no matter the food they like, the music they listen to, who they choose to love, you have to love them and believe in Newark so passionately and intently that you know this. We need a mayor that vows to fight crime as public health, that will have the courage to invest in new strategies and new ideas. We need a mayor that will call for everyone to pay their fair share, that will find new revenue and new growth. A mayor that will take us past Brick City and help us embrace our future. We need a mayor that will harness the power of small business, our universities, the promise of our seaport and our airport to benefit the hundreds and thousands of us. A mayor that puts his city first. A mayor that never forgets how he got here. Yeah, we need a mayor that's radical. Yes. We need a mayor that marches. And we need a mayor that builds. We need a mayor that speaks and a mayor that inspires. A mayor that creates and a mayor that negotiates. But we also need a mayor that protects us, that protests when he needs to, and speak up when he has to. We need a mayor who unapologetically loves this city and the people in it. And most importantly, we need a mayor that believes in you and knows no fear. And I am thankful to God that today you have chosen me to be this mayor. I was born here in Newark. A year after Martin Luther King Jr. visited my father's house on Sterling Street. 2 years after Newark was set afire, I was in my mother's stomach during the eve of the election of Ken Gibson. I was raised in the heat of transformation. And like Jose Marti said, just ideas reach their objectives despite all obstacles and barriers. This day was made for us. There were many who thought this day would never come. They thought this day would never arrive. There was an army of cynics that thought we could never see ourselves differently, that we didn't have what it takes to stand on this stage today, who sowed the seeds of doubt and encouraged disbelief. But by God's grace, I'll be able to look back on this day and say that they were wrong. I'll be able to say that my father, Amiri Baraka, who gave his life to this city, lying on his deathbed in Beth Israel Hospital with campaign literature in his hand, I get to say that he was right. I'll be able to say that he didn't pass away in vain, that he couldn't have possibly dreamed this day would arrive as he sat chained in a wheelchair in the hospital in the middle of the Newark Rebellion. Or my mother, Amina Baraka, a young girl on Howard Street, a student at Arts High School, a singer, a dancer, and an artist that sacrificed her own dreams so that the people could dream freely. Pregnant with my oldest brother in the dangerous times of 1967. Today, I'll be able to say she was right. I'll be able to say that the dreams of young Ramon Rivera and Ramon Aneses came true. That the ideas of the Black and Puerto Rican Convention didn't die with history. I'll be able to say that the countless youth that came here from all over the country to find hope in 1970 can come back to Newark again. And those that endured over the years that are still with us to witness this day, I say that your children and your children's children can begin where you left off. That young Sharp James who won the South Ward in 1970 on the Community's Choice ticket, his son, John James, sit with us today. That then young Donald Payne Sr., soon Congressman, who has left us, his son, Congressman Payne Jr., sits here with us today. I'll be able to say, in the words of Adam Clayton Powell, we ran our race with patience. We kept the faith. And we finished the course. I'll get to say that today, the people of Newark are victorious. I get to say today that the people of Newark are victorious. I'll get to say, El Pueblo Unido jamás será vencido. El Pueblo Unido jamás será vencido. El Pueblo Unido jamás será vencido. God bless you, God bless Newark, and God bless all of us.
I truly don't know what to say after having to follow a speaker in a speech like that. The only thing I can say is thank you, Mayor Ras Baraka, from the bottom of our hearts for those life-inspiring words. A couple of quick introductions that the mayor wanted us to mention. We came a long way from out of
You sit there, I sit here. Sit here.